he asked me, what's the meaning of the dream? I said, I don't know. I wasn't going to tell him. I needed the 50,000. So, I said, I don't know. I said, but the thing, that the angel told me was, if I help you in any matter, I will go there. And then he told me, you know what? I don't want to go to that place. I said, I'm sorry, but I cannot help you. Even if I owe you my life, the business and all that, I cannot help you. I said, because I talked to my wife this morning, and she told me not to help you. And we are very close friends and this and that. So I got angry. I said, okay, man, okay, I know. You made it up. You don't want to help me. That's fine. You don't have to come to me with those dreams. I said, no, man, I'm serious about it. Are you running from someone or what are you doing? He told me that. I said, okay, I'll see you. So I just walked out and I never talked to him again. So I was walking, I was all angry. I was mad. Then all of a sudden I see this guy, that I used to know him for a long time. He's a musician, a singer. So I'm walking down the street, I had the car parked somewhere else and I was walking. So he comes to me and calls me and says, hey, what's happening, maestro? He called me teacher because, I used to play in the world with music and this and that. They called me teacher. I said, hey, what's happening? I said, oh, nothing. I'm just, cruising around and see what I can get. I need some money. I said, hey, you wanna help me out? I have a contract to go play in this nightclub and this 4 nights a week, and I'll pay you if you wanna help me. I said, really? I said, yeah. Can you help me? I said, yeah. Okay, well, can you play the guitar? I said, yeah, a little bit. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's practice and let's start working. We gotta go play tomorrow. I said, okay. So I went with him and we started practicing, That next day we started playing. So I was there about 1 week, 4 days. Next week, this guy gets some sore throat or something like that. He couldn't sing. So he comes to me and said, hey, can you sing? I'm a little bit off, my throat and this and that. I said, oh, that's fine, I'll sing. So I said, oh, come on, sing something, like, slow piece or something like that. I said, okay. So I started singing, a song, and there's some kind of a rhythm, like it goes with another song that we sing in church. So I'm singing, and they asked me for that song. I'm singing, and all of a sudden I close my eyes, and I'm singing, and all of a sudden people are hollering, "Hey, quiet man down! We don't want no hallelujahs here. Get them out!" So I was singing a song from church, in that nightclub. So this guy comes and say, "Hey, what's wrong? I didn't know it. I was singing, a gospel song." And all of a sudden they say, "Hey, what are you doing, man? What's happening?" I said, "Why?" Say, you singing something from church? Said, nah. Said, yes. Oh man, now I know what's happening, So I said, hey, you know what? Let me get a bottle. So I called the bartender. I said, hey, get me a bottle. So I got me a bottle of whiskey. I said, I'm gonna put this guy down right now. I'm gonna get drunk. So I got that bottle. I started drinking like crazy. I said, I'm gonna sing. And I was singing, and the same thing happened again. And I drank the whole bottle, let me tell you, and I didn't get drunk, and I tried to sing, and I was singing gospel songs. So they told me, hey, get him down, I said, oh man, this is bad. So I went, he told me, well, you cannot sing. Said, the only thing you can do is, help me play. Said, okay, well, I'll help you play. So I'm there playing guitar, you know what, and this guy is singing, and I'm playing something else. So God, it was fighting me rough. I mean, he was making me hear different keys and this and that. I couldn't play, I couldn't sing, I couldn't work. So I'm there, like, what's happening? This is weird for me, So I'm there, and I walked out. I said, man, I can help you. I'm sorry. So I said, okay. So I met another guy, he was a musician too. And I told him, hey, can you help me in this? He said, yeah, why not? So we went, he was gonna play in some place, and I went with him. His wife was with him, so I met his wife, and they said we were talking all that. Say we're gonna play tomorrow too. I say okay, I'll be ready. So that night, his wife had the same dream that my friend had, and she told this guy, said, don't. So she told her husband, said, you better tell the guy to get off, get out of, don't get near him. That guy has done something wrong because this dream is ugly, So I went to the Lord and said, hey, you're not playing fair with me. Do you see these dreams with people? You're scaring people, and they don't want to help you. And this is not the deal. But I remember that I told the Lord, I'm going to fight you with everything that I have. And he was fighting me with nothing, with dreams, So to make it short, I had a lot of trouble. I was staying with my aunt. And one night I came, and my suitcase was outside in the street. The door were locked. They had a boards across the door. A note, I don't want to see you no more. Ever since you got here, I have been hearing noises and this and that. Nobody wanted me. And I'm very angry, with the Lord. So I went and stayed with a guy that I knew. And he told me, okay, you can stay out here. He had a little, garage, open. And he did some upholstery, for the furniture. And he let me stay out there. So I was sleeping out there with the dog, And it was cold, and I got that dog in top, put it in here, hug him to keep warm. And I was out all the way to the floor, to the bottom. I was almost like crawling in dirt, and I said, man, I'm still fighting. I'm going to make it. Until, this guy tells me, you know what, I've been having dreams. And people were talking. Every people that I came to with them, they were having these dreams, So you better go. I said, man. And I was angrier, So I didn't have no place to stay. So what I did, I got into the buses. They go from Brownsville to the Port Isabel is 22 miles. So I got into the buses, got in, and went all the way to Port Isabel, 22 miles, and got back 22 miles. It was about, let's say, about 2 hours, that the bus took, to go back and forth. So there was a place that I used to sleep in the bus. So people start saying, get him off, he stinks. I didn't have no place where to take a bath or nothing. So I was getting hungry. I didn't have a place to stay. My friends didn't want to talk to me, nothing like that. I said, man, God plays rough, So my brothers, my family, nothing, no one wanted to talk to me. I said, man. So I was hungry. I was trembling. I had a place that I used to go eat, and they didn't want me there. I said, oh man, this is ugly, I was homeless. I had no family. I was dirt, And then I went to walking. I used to pass through a church, and the preacher always was preaching. Every time that I passed there, hey, you sinner, come back to the Lord. I used to run away. I heard that. I said, I'm running. So every time that I went by that church, he was preaching, and he always said the same words. And I was afraid. I said, I'm not going back. You hypocrites and this and that, So I was gonna die. I felt like that. And then I just told the Lord, I came and I said to the Lord, you know what? I'm sorry. Forgive me. And I went down. I was going to faint. When you have a lot of days without eating and walking up and down, without sleeping and this and that, all stinky, muddy and this and that. So I went to this corner, and I just went down and I asked the Lord to forgive me. So I was praying right there, crying. I said, okay, you won. And I said, I'm hungry, I'm dying, I don't have no place. You want me back, you take me back. So I'm talking to him like that. And all of a sudden, I felt a hand on my shoulder, tap me like that. And I turned around, it was an old man, gray hair, long hair, tall, and he just handed to me an envelope. And he just smiled at me and went like that and gave it to me. And I looked at the envelope and I went up again like that, and it wasn't there no more. So I opened the envelope. There was money in there, enough to go eat and buy my ticket to come back to Houston.
So you looked down and then you looked back up and he wasn't there again. So
he was gone.
So he must have been an angel of the Lord. Praise God.
It was an angel. I know, because how long it takes you to wash an envelope and get your head up and see nobody was there no more. And I look around, I said, man, this old man runs fast, but it was an angel. So I bought my ticket to come back to Houston. I was in Brownsville. I went to the restaurant that I used to go, and the lady there, she saw me and said, I'm hungry, get me something to eat. You got the money? I said, I got money. So I bought the ticket. The bus was leaving at 12:05, midnight. So it was 9. Okay, so I had a lot of time, plenty of time. So I'm there, and I'm eating, I'm hungry, and this waitress, she comes to me and says, every time that I see you come, with your friends, I always see that you have something different. What is it? So you see, what happened to me was that when I went back to buy the ticket, I got my Bible. It was on the bottom of my suitcase. I got it out, and I had it with me. So I start talking to this lady. I said, you know what, I've been running away from the Lord, but tonight I repented, and I'm going back home. I said, but you live here in Brownsville? I said, no, my home is not in Brownsville. It's back in Houston. I'm going back to Houston. So I said, oh, do you need a place to go, wash, take a bath, and change? I said, yes, I do. So she told me, here's the keys. You can use my apartment. I trust you. So I went. I took a shower, shaved, combed my hair. And I came back, and they saw me. I was different, I said, you want some coffee? I said, yes. So they gave me some coffee, and I started talking. I said, you know what? She told me, I'm from Mexico, and I would like to tell me more about this Jesus, because I'm going back and I would like to talk to my family. How do I get to know Jesus? And I said, okay, let's talk. And there was no people there, just the waitresses, the kitchen, cooks, and the lady from the cash register. And I'm talking, I talk loud. Every preacher talks loud. And they were listening, but I wasn't paying attention to that. So I'm ministering to this girl, and I'm telling her, you need Jesus in your heart. And I start working like that, for the Lord. And she was crying, and I said, do you want Jesus in your heart? And she goes, yes, I want him. So I said, let's do the prayer, so you can receive Jesus. So she started praying with me, and she received Jesus. But all of a sudden, what I heard is everyone was crying in there. And then I looked up and I saw the cook. She was crying. The other waitresses, they were crying. The cash register, the lady there,